Join us for the gardening adventure of a lifetime. It's Kudzu, an indie adventure RPG in the style of Link's Awakening.
Yeah, we received this bad boy in the mail from Mega Cat Studios, and it's finally a prototype that we don't have to worry about it being a legal gray area with it being in our possession.
How nice.
And a prototype it is. The game is unfinished, but in a very playable beta state. It's currently on Kickstarter and achieving quite a bit of success with its stretch goals, which include a fishing minigame, extra content, and currently working towards the goal of a Switch release.
So let's go ahead and take a look and do what we do best, which is unfairly judge unreleased games and break them.
And drop them.
Drop them. How dare you, sir?
You know how I know that this is a game? It says game.
Yeah, it does say game.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, it does.
You do say game.
You do say it. You do say it. You play as Max, an apprentice gardener who is in search of his missing master. You must venture through landscapes covered by the invasive and sinister Kudzu plant, a plant which is being studied by the people of your town. You know, with these Game Boy sprites, everything's very chibi, but when you actually look at the art, it's like this, just like, weird-looking dude. Pretty much everyone you went to college with as a forester, pretty much, I would imagine.
Yeah, there's actually quite a few people in the ecology and forestry department who look a lot like this guy.
You know, the main town gives you a lot of little exposition, but in very fun ways. Here's a little library where you can read other people's research on the Kudzu. Overall, it's very goofy, because you start off as, like, oh, you know, I'm going to go on this adventure, but it's an adventure regarding plants. I'm like a gardener. It seems very low stakes, essentially.
That's what you think.
Yeah.
In the Kudzu.
That's right. It's high intensity for low stakes, which I think is kind of what the humor is.
Yeah.
At least to begin with. It's very cute. In addition to the story being very silly, the dialogue is also very tongue-in-cheek, which is nice. And a goat. Combat feel here is okay. You get a little, like, visual effect, that little starburst when you attack the enemies and they sort of blow up. See, there's a little kickback when I hit the snake, which makes me feel like I did something.
Yeah.
Right? I want to be able to feel like I did something when I have combat.
Usually also want like a little bit of an audio cue.
Yeah. This is so close to being satisfying.
It's getting there. We could be dealing with a Kudzuvania.
I feel like the non-linearity of this game works very well. And we talked about the combat a little bit, being kind of almost there, but not quite there. But it really is held up by the exploration, right? Everything else is kind of trappings. The main core of the game is the exploration.
I always kind of like Game Boy art style because it's like very simplistic. But that means it can either look pretty good or terrible.
So where does this land for you?
I'd say this looks quite good. Ooh.
And then you have little bits like this, you know, which kind
How
of like...
cinematic.
Yeah, that break up the presentation a touch. I also feel that as we get deeper and deeper into this labyrinth, this hedge maze, or whatever you want to call it, this garden, the art style gets more and more vibrant. There's more things going on. Every stage, every screen is less plain. It gets very busy, but like in a good way. So lastly, regarding presentation, let's talk about the music.
I think it's perfectly serviceable, but it isn't blowing me away yet. I think it's good. It's not like bad by any means.
I feel like this track is good, but I've had enough of it.
I was just about to say, I hope they pan over and there's some gigantic, intimidating mountain. And then there it was.
So that is the prototype demo for Kudzu for the Game Boy. Big thank you to Mega Cat Studios for sending this our way. I thought it was pretty fun, but being in a beta format, how would we improve it? What would we do differently for the final version if it was up to us?
It'd be nice if it would give you a little bit more, in some points, nudging which way to go. Up until after that first boss, it was doing really, really good.
We were smooth sailing. We beat the first boss, and then it's like, hey, you need a hoe. And we're like, okay. We backtracked to everywhere we had been, backtracked to the town, went to the store, and then we started thinking, is the hoe not here because it's a beta and it's incomplete? Or is the hoe not here because we just don't know where to look for it?
Are we too dumb to find the hoe?
So it was kind of confusing because it wasn't like there was an end to this demo where it's like, thanks for playing, the first hour of the game or whatever. So like a little more of a nudge as to what to do after that point would be good, and possibly, in perpetuity until you finish the game. Little nudges here and there. And then also combat-wise, we mentioned it could use just a little sound effects, a little spice it up a touch. And then a little bit more variety in music, I think would be good. It's what it has is good. I like what it has. I feel like this is a very solid game. I had a lot of fun playing it. And like we mentioned, it's currently on Kickstarter. If you want to check it out, check out the trailer, back it, what have you. Links in the description below. It's already reached a couple of its stretch goals. So it's already doing very well on Kickstarter. It's definitely getting made. The current one, though, is to bring it to Switch, which I just love that any indie game, any game that's ever existed in the history of mankind is now being brought to Switch, because it's like, all I need is my Switch. Like, I'm playing Grandia 2, I'm playing Turrican, I'm playing all these old games. Like, everything is just like, give me enough time, and it'll come to Switch, So that would be nice because, not everyone has like a Game Boy Color, what have you.
Although you should.
You should.
They sold well enough. You can find them.
The convenience of Switch is really nice. Because it's just,
the Switch did also outsell them, so.
Just a touch. But anyways, we digress. Thank you so much again to Mega Cat Studios for sending this our way, and hope to see you all back for the next video. Take care.
Good luck on your game.